Halloween ends sucks worse than Jenna Jameson. Yeah, I just said that. Huh? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Infinite Realms, and today I'm going to talk about Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends is a Hallmark special about a kid named Cody who accidentally, on purpose, kills a kid at the very beginning of the movie, and then we have to deal with his guilt for the next hour. In the meantime, Laurie Strode's granddaughter gets involved with this guy. Why? Reasons. Anyway, it drags on and on and on and on. Oh boy. And Laurie's granddaughter convinces him to go out. And just the night he decides to go out and have a little fun, guess what? The mother of the kid he killed is there. As if she's been waiting all this time to, say, "Why are you having fun?" Which is literally what she does. It's it's a mess. I mean, that's and then we get to about an hour into the movie before we finally see a kill by Michael Myers, and it's some creepy dude that was trying to, you know, get Mac, trying to Mac on Laurie's granddaughter, whose name I keep forgetting because you know what, I just didn't care at that point. But yeah, he's like 50 or something, and he's trying to get with this teenage girl, and then nobody thinks that's weird. But the fact she's hanging around with this guy, that's bad, according to Mr. Wholesomeness. And woo, and so the creeper dude starts following Cody around and gets himself killed. So Michael and Cody have some bonding time where they go out and do serial killer father son time. And yeah, it's terrible. And then, oh look, he pinned the woman to the wall and cocked his head sideways, just like they did in the original movie. How quaint. Oh. So finally, and this is the part where it gets a little confusing. Was this Michael or was this Cody? I don't know. I kind of kept losing interest in the movie. I honestly had to stop it partway through and then watch it again, watch the rest later. It was just that terrible. Seriously. But anyway, kills a couple of kids that was bullying Cody. Then he goes to Laurie's and kills his mom. And then kills the DJ for some reason. I don't know. I don't get why he killed the DJ and the receptionist. Whatever. And then goes to Laurie's house where Laurie stands there with a gun. She shot a pumpkin. And then he opens up the door and she says, "You think I would have killed myself?" Bang, bang. And then he falls down and blah, 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 blah. Oh, man. So, yeah, he and sits up. God, this is just so bad. And he hears Laurie's granddaughter pull up. So he gets a bright idea, stab himself in the neck. Yeah, for reasons. And, then granddaughter walks in with Laurie's holding the bloody knife. Oh no. Ooh. And it's just incredibly bad. And she leaves. And then suddenly somebody picks up Michael's mask, and Laurie suddenly realizes Michael's in the house, and the Activia kicks in, and and they have this big old monster brawl. Oh, but Cody was still alive, by the way. He was still alive and kicking. So then Michael breaks his neck, and goes back and forth with Lori, pins him to the table, throws a refrigerator on him. Meanwhile, Lori's granddaughter comes back, and then we have the montage after they kill Michael. This time he won't come back, and so they literally strap him to the hood of a car. The cops are like, "This ain't the way it usually goes down, but it is tonight." That's literally what the sheriff says. And they drive, and everybody follows, and they go to the junkyard, and they surf. They crowd surf Michael Myers' body over, and then Lori walks over and shoves the body of Michael Myers into a um, car crush, metal crusher thing, and it's pretty gross. And you're just like, gee, you know, Michael's been exploded, decapitated, burned. Yeah, we're convinced this is the end of Halloween now. Of course, this is not the end of Halloween. This is, hope. It's again typical. Let's keep the franchise going, but we got a way to ride around it. Da 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 da. And it's did not feel definitive. Felt like just the other ones that have been quote definitive. But the worst part of it all is, it was really bad too. I mean, the first part of it, like trying to give you this drama of torment and da da da, and it doesn't work. I mean, it's just kind of flat. And they try to do this thing of, oh, Michael sees in Cody what he sees in himself, and it's like that is ridiculous. Doesn't matter. It's stupid. And then, uh, you know, it's at one point, Lori is writing a book and she says, which is it going to be, cherry blossoms or suicide? And I'm like, that's your choices? We're all screwed. And this is the thing, anything after Halloween has just not been as good. It's because after Halloween and Halloween 2, he gave the killer a motive. Once you give the killer a motive, the actual horror of the first movie is gone. The horror of the first movie was you didn't know what was this guy doing. You didn't know why. You didn't know if there was no rhyme or reason. That made him scary. And people have forgotten that about Halloween because they've been wrapped up in the soap opera of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. And it's still wrapped up in this stupid soap opera of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. And keep Myers as just a force, the shape, if you will, as John Carpenter said it. But, and I'm one of these guys that was like, God, why are you calling him the shape? Why are you calling him the shape? I don't like that. But you know what? It's his movie. I guess he can do whatever he wants. And at the same time, this has gone so far past Carpenter's movie that it's not even the same story anymore. And I felt that about every Halloween. I really have. It just really irritates me that they keep making these movies because they never, ever, ever live up to that first one. And they can't. They've already put too much continuity in it. They've already put too much family drama. And even when you end it and you say, this time we mean it, not like the other 7 times. And you're constantly rebooting it and you're constantly redoing it. And it just loses anything that makes it what the first one was. You sometimes don't need a sequel. And if you look at the track record on anything of John Carpenter's, they've tried to do sequels. Even John Carpenter himself. Does anyone remember that little bastardized movie called Escape from L.A.? Yeah, that shouldn't exist. I admit the ending's great, but the whole rest of the movie just seems cut and paste from the first one, and it doesn't really have a good flow to it. And oh yeah, well it's sped up a little bit. That's one thing which should not be done. The prequel to the thing was like, why? Why even make that movie? Why even bother? You know, don't you dare touch They Live. Don't you dare. But even a sequel to, even the first sequel to Halloween, you felt that. It was like, oh, this really sucked the fun out of the last movie. And it did. It did. It sucked the fun right out of it. And it's hard to come back from that, in my opinion. Once you kind of lose what made it good because you added extra plot, you lose. There's no coming back. Now, I can bitch and moan about this movie for all day, but, the reality is, even if you're a fan, I apologize. This is not a good film. This is a terrible film. It was a terrible idea, and it just shouldn't be. I mean, a lot of people will probably get hot with me on this, but, this is my opinion. I mean, this is just a terrible film that I wish wasn't there. Okay? Half a star. I have got a rule that I can't give no stars because, you know, no stars is pretty bad. But this is pretty bad. This is terrible. Okay, well, even if you hate my opinion on the movie, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to comment, cool, but keep it sane. You know, I crapped on the movie. I didn't crap on you. All right. All right, after taking a big dump on Halloween Ends, hope you have a good day.